are you? It's Leanne with Diamonds and Doxies, and I've already started on this, and I was like, I think I'll do a whip and chat, see how everybody's doing. And I decided to do this one. It's from Pretty Little Gems, and it's Cozy Dogs set number 1, and I've already completed the dachshund. And now I said it looked like a bear, and so y'all told me that it's a chow, which makes obvious sense. So yeah, and you know what? I just started using this pen because it was laying here. I didn't have a pen handy that already had putty and all the stuff. So I was like, well, this is the pen that, comes with Diamond Art Club. And I was like, let me give it, I'll just use this. And I'm not hating it. So yeah, but I'm doing these for the mini DP Madness. And so I need to kind of get caught up because you need to have 6 completed by the end of the month for the grand prize. So I want to do that. Not necessarily that I want to win the grand prize, but, it gives me something to challenge me to do. And, we're leaving on the 30th. So to head to Arizona, which I'm looking forward to because they don't switch times. So we'll get our hour back while we're there, and that makes me happy. So yes, because, well, today was the changing of the clocks. We lost an hour. We sprung forward. I know some people like that. I am not one of those people. I do not like it. I would rather us just, go with what the season is, I mean, if it means more daylight at night, then it means more daylight. If it means less, then it means less. But, quit jacking with the time. So, yeah. I don't know if in the U.S. there used to be 3 states. Indiana didn't used to switch times, but I think they do now. But Hawaii doesn't, and Arizona still doesn't. And yeah, I wish that we didn't, but here you are. I don't know if other countries, switch times or not. I don't know. Surely there's countries that don't, but I don't know. And besides, it gets confusing. I mean, we had ours. We used to fall back and spring forward at a certain time. Now we're ahead of everybody else. So, yeah. But, complaining about it won't change a thing. You can complain all you want, and nobody cares. So, nobody cares. But anyway, I will be glad to spring or fall back. I'll just live my life for the next 6 months until we fall back. So anyway, what has everyone been up to? I have not been up to a lot. I think I tell you that every time because it's the truth. I may have the most boring life in the world, but I'm okay with it. I don't need to have a, eventful life, to be real honest with you. I'm kind of to that age where I used to call it boredom. Now I call it peace. When I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, it's so boring around here. And my grandparents, I thought, were the most boringest people on the planet. They just were content just to sit around and do nothing. And I was like, come on, people, let's do something. Let's go somewhere. And now I'm that one that's like, I know, don't want to go nowhere. I want to stay home. And today, it was cloudy and gloomy, and it was like, oh, this is a perfect day to just do nothing at home. That is my favorite thing to do, is nothing at home, except for diamond paint, of course. I did get up here during Mia's live. I thought that'll keep me company for a little bit. In fact, I started a little bit before her live, trying to organize my craft room. Oh my God. I thought I was going to kill myself. It was just so, my back was absolutely screaming at me. And I actually did take a little bit of a break and start working on this while I listened to her WIP and chat. But then, what is that? That is that thing. Okay. Oh, here, I was like, I've lost what I'm working on. Here it is, Scott. But anyway, so I started on this while she was doing her WIP and chat as well. And anyway, but I did get my shelves organized and situated. I'm really going to have to come up with a plan for all of my diamond paintings. I mean, I think I have completed, I don't know, 108, 106, somewhere in there. And I think 96 of them I have here in my house. I've only gifted like 8. So I don't know what on earth I am going to do with all of these, and I'm going to have to come up with a plan. And, you know, the thing is I do like going back and looking through them. I have some in portfolios, but some don't fit in portfolios. And, yeah, so I don't know. I just don't know. And, I mean, even if I wanted to, like, frame them all, that'd be ridiculous. I mean, I have quite a few hanging up. And, you know, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to have to figure out something because it's just taken over everywhere. Now, see, I never use these little plastic ones that come with the, I think this putty is about to go foobar, and I'll probably end up having to get a different putty or change out the putty in this. But I don't know. But I gotta tell you, I don't mind the wax that's in here, so that's cool, huh? And I don't mind the pen. I mean, I like it way better than those old-timey pens, you know, that a lot of kids still have with just the plain, looks like a straw. I never did. Those hurt my hands. These here are actually comfortable. And I do have some of the Diamond Art Club twist-in pens, you know, that they sell. I do have some of those, and I like them. They're a great size. So, yeah. So one of the things I did today is I decided to go through all of my Diamond Art Club kits. Well, in the midst of rearranging them, I was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and open them and make sure everything's there. Like, I never do that, but I know a lot of people do. So I went ahead and did that. Went ahead and removed the toolkit because it just makes it lighter. And I don't use the toolkit anyway. But I got it stored separate, so I'll probably take some of them to maybe the Lone Star Retreat and donate. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, I just so many toolkits. But I did take out the cards. And y'all, I've got, what did I say I had? 35, I think. 35 bronze and 4 silvers. That's it. That's it, y'all. No black. No black. Now, some of the kits that I have came out before they did the Treasure Quest card, but still, I mean, come on. I really wish Diamond Art Club would, I mean, even if it was like collect 100 bronze and, you know, get a custom or something like that. I mean, something, you know, get 50 and get $50 off or, you know, something, because that's, you know, that's all I got, really. I mean, I do have those silvers. I I have zero ideas on what I can get. I think nothing, but I haven't gone to look. Like everybody else, I'd love to get a custom. And I know some people have gotten already a couple, and I'm like, man, you know, obviously I'm buying the wrong kits, right? To get a black. I don't know. But yeah, I wish they would let them be worth something. I really do. So, but that's okay. I mean, it doesn't cause me to buy more Diamond Art Club than I normally would. It really doesn't. And I know I've heard people say you can buy whatever you don't have, you can buy. But yeah. For some reason, I can't get in that group. And I don't know why. I don't know what I've done wrong. But I don't know how to get into that Treasure Quest card group on Facebook. I don't know why. So maybe I need to go and check it out and see if maybe they let me in and I just don't know it. That's possible too. But I haven't gotten any notifications for it. So I don't know. And I mean, I am in the VIP group. So, wait a minute. Where was I? Oh, right here. Oy. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I did today. Still so much to do. So much to do. And, oh, I just wish I could wiggle my nose and bam, there it would be. But I finally got rid of some kits that is like, I'm not going to do them. And it's not worth shipping. You know, they're not real expensive kits to begin with. And they're not worth the amount it would cost to ship them. So I got rid of those. And I also discovered some things I have. Of course, I know I had the art dot, the animal one, but I was like, 6 of those. There's 12 in a pack, and 6 of them are cats. It's like, oh, this would be perfect for me as Year of the Cat event. That's the year-long cat diamond painting along. I have so many cat kits, it's not even funny. And I don't even have a cat. But that's okay. Yeah. Downstairs I'm working on I'm Not Fat, I'm Fluffy for the Adam, why do I always want to say that? Randall Spangler event, although I'm not real sure how to do it. So I don't know I don't know. I posted, or did I? I thought I posted it. Now I don't know if I did or not. I need to go see if I posted a picture in Randy's Facebook group. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Get off of here. Oh, this is one of those plastic sheets that's not double-sided. You put it on the wrong way and it's not good. Not good at all. It is raining outside. What have I done? What is going on here? Jeez Louise, where's my straightener? I do not know. What have I done? Let me see if I have something I can... Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I don't know what on earth has happened here. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. Max was looking for me. I came up here when he went to go take a shower and he didn't know. He might have thought I went in the rapture or something. But anyway, yeah. We did, excuse me. I don't know if y'all have a Firehouse Subs near you, but I haven't been there Oh God, it has to have been 30 years. And no particular reason, really. Just, just out of sight, out of mind. And so Max had never been. And so he was like, I want to go over there. The subs look really good. So, because you didn't see them advertised. So we went over there. And that's what we had for lunch. It was good. Sure, there's a lot of people out. It's spring break around here. And so, yeah, there's a lot of people out and about. So, all the kids are out. When I was growing up, we didn't, only college kids got spring break. We had Easter break, which was, Good Friday and then the Easter Monday off. And that was, we called it Easter break. So, yeah. But ever since my kids were in school, they've gotten the spring break. So all the little darlings is at home. Let's see, 9:38. My goodness, they had senior skip day. And, it has changed. I'll just tell you that much. It has changed since I was a senior, since my kids were a senior. Yeah. They arrested, well, last I saw, they arrested 70 people. Now, bear in mind, these are teenagers, and I forget how many handguns, they confiscated, how much drugs they confiscated, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? What's going on here? When I was growing up, senior skip day was you went to the beach and you had fun. You took you a boom box or, something to play tunes on. And people watched. In my particular case, boy watched. Hoping the boys were watching me, that kind of stuff. But, nobody... I'm not going to say no one was not smoking weed, because that probably did really happen, because I saw people smoking it at school. So, but there was no guns, I don't understand this. Where are these young people getting these guns? Of course, I know that you can 3D print them now, which blows my mind. Yeah. I know Harris County, or at least the city of Houston, I don't know about the whole county, but they tried doing this, trying to get guns off the streets. So it was like, bring in your gun and we'll give you cash. So here, all these people show up with these guns that they made 3D, They ended up having to cancel it because it's like, yeah, no, that's not what we were talking about. You going to make guns. But that just goes to show you, they can be made. But anyway, I was like, geez Louise. It's a shame that our young people are that way. That way. And I have my theories as to why, but, they're probably not politically correct. But honestly, I blame the parents because, I get it. You got two parents working, they're tired, and, but parenting is a full-time job. And, I know a lot of people think, well, once they get up to where they can take care of themselves, then I can go back to work. And it's like, that's when they need more supervision. I think a 2-year-old would be safer than a 16-year-old. I don't think the 16-year-old, I think they need more supervision. So, but that's just me. But I have noticed in some of these school shootings, or these mass shootings, they're starting to hold the parents accountable, and they should. They should. I mean, if you bought your kid a gun or you encouraged them to use it, and you're not going to tell me that, you know, little Johnny was just as normal as could be at home, no clue whatsoever, and then bam, you know, this happens to him. You know, he goes and decides that he wants to kill everybody and himself. I mean, there's got to be signs. There's got to be warning signs, I think. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I was just probably a little too in tuned with my kids. You know, I mean, I'm still that way. I can hang out with them for just 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. You know, something's up. Something's on their mind. But, yeah, I don't know. It's sad. It's just sad that the kiddos don't seem to be able to be kiddos as much as we were. You know? And my kids were still pretty much kiddos, but Jacob, because he was the baby, he was exposed to more because, you know, you can't very well go, okay, everybody's able to watch this movie, but Jacob, you know, you're going to have to go to your room. You know, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. So he was exposed to more than, let's say, what Max and Jennifer were at that age. So let's see, what else has been going on? I feel like I always have a lot to say, and then when I get on here, I'm like, duh. So I don't know. Looking forward to our trip. I think we got a little too comfortable around here on the gas prices because they were so good. And then now they're not. And so, yeah. What gets me, though, what really chaps my booty is, so the gas station, their prices were, you know, $2.25 or something like that. And then, you know, the whole Iran thing happened the very same day. They raised their prices 50 cents a gallon. Now they're 70 cents a gallon higher, and it's still the same gasoline that is in the tanks that they didn't pay that much for. And I'm like, you know, I really feel like that's price gouging. Now, having said that, in the summer around here, well, around spring break, gas prices generally do go up because more people are traveling for spring break. But also, we start putting in our warm weather blend, which helps with, I guess, the gases and the CO2s or whatever, the volatile chemicals that, you know, are harmful for the environment. So that gets put into the gasoline. And so it's always been higher this time of year. But, yeah. And, of course, I've been on, I think I got like 89 miles to empty on my car, and I've been that way now for a little bit, and I should have went and bought gas then, and I didn't, so now I'll have to pay the higher prices, but it's okay. I mean, I'm blessed, first of all, that I can, but I'm also blessed that I don't have to use my car for work, you know. Mostly what I use my car for is going to visit my dad. So, you know, that's really the only expense that I have. That's about just under 100 miles round trip. But, you know, I think it's like 90 miles round trip, something like that. So not too bad, but I don't have to go to work every day in it, you know, and like a lot of people do. But, and of course, we'll take it on our road trip. So, I don't know. I mean, I still see that the line going around Starbucks is out the window, so I guess I'm not going to complain about coffee. if I'm, you know, paying $8, $9 for a cup of coffee. So, yeah, and it beats walking. Beats walking. Now my son, my eldest son, Max Jr., he bought himself an electric car, and they went on a road trip not too far from here, just to New Braunfels. And so they stopped at Buc-ee's and charged it up, and he had, I think he was at 30% on his battery, and he did the fast charge, and it only took like 30 minutes, which I thought was really good. And it cost him $25 and some change to charge it. So I was like, well, I mean, by the time it was at 30%, they went inside Buc-ee's, you know, got snacks and all the stuff like people do when they go to Buc-ee's. And when they came back, it was at 80%. So, you know, that's not too bad. But, you know, he was on Interstate 10, and it's a huge Buc-ee's over there. And, you know, we're going west, and once you get out into West Texas, you get into a lot of nothing around here. In fact, you've got places where you need to make sure you got plenty of gas, because it'll tell you no facilities for the next 100 miles or something. So, you know, you really have to plan, I think, in an electric car. But, anyway, he really loves his little car, and I'm happy for him. So I thought about, you know, of course that would just be stupid money, but it's like, you know, maybe I'll just go buy me a Tesla. Of course, the one I want isn't cheap at all. I mean, some of them are affordable compared, but yeah, not the one I want. I don't know how much it is now, but last time I looked, it was like 120 grand. So, no. It's a big no. So, yeah, he really likes it. So, that's good. And the battery's insured for 7 years. It's got a 7-year warranty on it, so yeah. It'll be interesting though, because he doesn't switch cars, so it'll be interesting. I mean, the only reason why he bought a new car was because his other one got totaled. But otherwise, I mean, he had that car for 12 years. It's not like him to, you know, he just stays with whatever. So it'll be interesting to see, after 7 years, what comes of it, or when it's time to change replace the battery. Of course, hopefully by then they won't be as expensive, you know. So I don't know. Oh, I don't like this. I can't. There's no legend, so I'm just have to sit here, go through the drills. I don't know if I'm going to do all of these. There comes a set of 12. I don't know if I'll do any more of these or not. I may just switch over to mini dazzles. I really like the mini dazzles. So yesterday was Saturday, and of course new releases from Diamond Art Club. Did anybody get anything? I did not. I know some things sold out. And per usual, there were people who were not happy. But you know, I saw someone in the VIP group. Sometimes I just shake my head. But somebody was like, you know, why do they always sell out? Why do they always sell out? And so somebody commented, because they're a cult. And I'm like, a cult? I mean, we've really come to a stage, I think, where we just call things things. You know, we just call things things. We don't even, I mean, the words lose their meanings. It's like, remember David Koresh? That was a cult. What was that guy, Jim Jones, where everybody drank the Kool-Aid and died? That was a cult. Nobody is, Diamond Art Club isn't saying if you want to be a member of the club or the cult, you have to send us all your money and obey us. We are the supreme ruler and none shall pass. You know, I mean, nobody's saying that. That would be a cult. There's no brainwashing going on. You still have the ability to not participate. And so I'm like, you know, I didn't comment because why? You know, why? People, there's always, you're never going to please everybody. So, I don't know. But I just think, I don't know. It's like you really make people that actually are in cults or run a cult or something, you really letting them off the hook because, I mean, I have never been required to pledge my loyalty in order to be a part of Diamond Art Club. All I had to do was make a purchase to be in the group. Hey, yeah, I did not have to buy something every week in order to prove my loyalty. So, I don't know. It just always amazes me how people just throw around these words. And it's like, if I can call you that, you know, then, I mean, everybody's in a cult now. Depending on your political party, you're a cult. You know, apparently whoever you buy your diamond paintings from is a cult. Okay, well, it's kind of losing its meaning here. But anyway, so I guess some people were upset. And I think, you know, you got to look at it from a business standpoint. And I think that's where I come from is, you know, having been in business, you know, your goal is not to go bankrupt, okay? That is your goal. And a lot of diamond painting companies don't make it. A lot of these small companies don't make it because you got to put a lot of money out there. And people are kind of apprehensive to, I mean, sure, you've got the companies that, you know, they don't keep anything in stock. They just, you know, you place an order, they place an order. But you pay for it up front, so they've lost nothing. Well, people, a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, myself included, I personally don't like that. I personally don't like putting up my money and it taking 4 months for me to get my order, or longer. In some cases, it's longer. So I'm just not, I'm not feeling that. And so Diamond Art Club and some other ones. I mean, Muni Maid, she keeps stuff in stock, and when it's sold out, it's sold out. She'll reorder it, but there are some other ones I like to buy from. Ever After, I don't think does drop shipping, but maybe they do. I don't know. Now, Feel Look Art does drop shipping, but it only takes it a couple of weeks. I mean, because it's not like it's made to order. It's not. It's, you order it and they ship it from the warehouse. But, so that doesn't take very long. And I'd rather spend my money where I know it's going to, where I'm going to get what I paid for. Because sometimes it happens. It happens. It's happened recently even to people who, they placed their orders, 6 months ago, and now the company's gone out of business. They've heard nothing about where their kids are, and in some cases, it can be too late to file a claim. So, yeah. Anyway, what I was trying to get to is, so they have to put up money, for all these kits. Now, I am sure that some of them are easy to go, okay, this is a Mrs. Butter D. This one we can order extra of, But then you get some that, if you go look on the clearance section, it's obvious that they didn't, they ordered too many. And that's where you get those mystery boxes that gets, one kit you never seen, or 2 kits that you never seen, and 1 or 2 that essentially they couldn't sell, is what that boils down to. And, they don't want to do that. 645. Where does it go? I'm going to put it right here. So, yeah, I mean, so that's all that boils down to. It's just a business. And here's the thing. I understand that some people might not have a stash, so they buy them as they do them. I don't think that's the majority of us. I think the majority of us usually have a kit, maybe what kit we're working on, and 1 or 2, set aside. Maybe more than a few of us have, I don't know, a bunch. So it's not like, well, if I don't get that kit, then my whole world's going to be turned upside down, because I didn't know I needed it, and then I saw it in the previews, and I was like, I need it, and for whatever reason, I need to start it immediately, but now it's sold out. If it's sold out, it will more than likely be restocked. All you got to do is put it on your wish list. And then you can try again. And who knows, by then you might actually have the time to do it. I know once upon a time, they would put limited edition on stuff, and then people really had FOMO. But then you also had people buying stuff and then reselling it. And, because I knew there was going to be a market in it. It's like, I don't want it, but, I can make money off of it. You're never going to stop that. I mean, you're never going to stop that. And yeah, I get it. You could, hang on, I forgot to put this down. You could absolutely, say limit 1 per customer. You could do that. But what if someone's buying 1 for them and then for another person as well? Uh-oh, what did I do? Put it in the wrong spot. I mean, it's hard to be able to police that. Now, I do think that Diamond Art Club, because they do reserve the right to resend your club, being in the club, but they could watch and see who buys and then immediately turns around and resells. Not that it's against the law. Again, You know, it is a diamond painting. It is a craft. But, you know, they might be able to figure out who can only buy one at a time. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you're still going to get people that have no intentions of doing it and just turn around and sell them. But, you know, Diamond Art Club quit with telling people it was a limited edition because people were like, oh, they just thrive off of FOMO. And so they quit doing that. People still, oh, they thrive off of FOMO. Well, pretty much every business, if you look at any of the advertisements, you know, call now, limited time only, you know, don't miss out. Orders are going fast. I mean, yeah, I mean, it is a business model, and it's a good one. I mean, it's a good one. We've got to learn to take responsibility for ourselves. If you can't afford it, then don't purchase it. You know, I do believe there are people who have a problem. I mean, like they're addicted to shopping. I know that. I know that there are. And I used to have a friend that it was kind of weird going into. I was living in an apartment, waiting for my house to be built. And I went inside of her apartment, and I didn't know what to think. I mean, I was just amazed. I did not know. I'd heard about people like that, but I did not ever actually see it in person. But she was, I guess, a hoarder, but she wasn't hoarding junk. She was buying stuff from QVC. And she had like 3 vacuums that were still in a box. She had cookware, like 5 sets of cookware still in the box. I mean, and she had so much clothes with tags. I mean, nothing was used. Nothing was used. And I just couldn't, you know, and then she gave me this, and I, you know, of course I never used it because it was like, what? But it was, you know, those things that you put the stencil on your eyebrow, and then you brush in the powder, and it gives you those shape of eyes. Let me find this S. She had like 10 of them, never opened, never used. And, you know, she was like, here, take one, see if you like them. I'm like, okay. And they were stupid. No, I didn't like them. But, you know, I was like, oh my God. I don't even know how many thousands of dollars she had in stuff. You couldn't get into her kitchen. She would be in terrible, dire straits if you had to go through her patio door to get to her because it was blocked. You couldn't. You couldn't even get into her whole bed, just part of her bed, just enough for her and her little dog. And, you know, so I do know that there are people like that. I do know that. And and it's sad. It really is. She had a good job, so... you know, she made, you know, decent money, but I think she had all that stuff financed. I don't know, but I really felt sorry for her. But now I could see her, she would have probably bought one of everything, you know? But, yeah, I mean... FOMO exists in so many shapes and forms. And if you don't, you know, want to participate in it, then, you know, don't. I try to ask myself, is this a kit that I want to work on right now? I mean, do I get this kit and go, oh, no, you're going ahead of everything? If the answer is no, then I'm like, well, I won't get it right now. I'll wait. Because it'll probably be there. And if it isn't, at some point, it'll probably get on a D-stash. And, you know, if it's a decent price, then I will buy it. If it's not, it is a diamond painting. I don't need it to survive in my life. Not that particular one. I do need diamond paintings to survive in my life. Believe me. Trust me. I don't know what I'd do without them. But, you know, it doesn't have to be that exact one. So, I know. But, you know, people collect. I have, look, I am not judging anybody here. I personally have 100. And I did a D-stash and got down to 86, I think. And now I'm back up to 100. So, you know, but you know, we are collectors. Let's see, 647. 647 goes right there. I don't know how I got this. I don't know. Oh, wait. It goes back here. I'm all confused. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. I sure hope I'm still in focus. Let's try this B. We're almost done here. I'm sure it's a chow, but it kind of looks like Pooh Bear. I've got some other minis I think I want to do too. I have a set from Bella Art that I could do because I've never done them before. I bought them last year at the retreat. They're ghosts, but it doesn't matter what it is. What I like about hers is that they come with a frame. So that's cool. I wonder what time it is. I got to call my dad here in a little bit. I will after I finish this. So anyway, I mean, I get it because there was a kit from Muni Made that I was like, oh, I am getting that. It was the Fox that was done with all fairy dust drills or whatever they're called, depending on who sells them. But anyway, you know what I meant, the dust drills. And I missed it. But you know what I did? I put it on my wait list. I was disappointed that I missed it. And it sold out. But I was like, she'll have more. She'll get more. And she said the same, you know, I'll get more. It's like, I know. So, you know, it's okay. It's okay if we don't get... Because, you know, sometimes you'll put things on your... Well, I say you. I really mean me. Sometimes I'll put stuff on my wait list or my wish list, and then I'll look at it and go, no, I don't want that anymore. And honestly, that was what happened with my D-stash was, it was like, okay, well, my tastes have changed. I don't want that anymore. And, you know, so I try not to be too, I don't know, too click happy. If that makes any sense to you. 927. But if you got what you wanted, I am very happy for you. I really am. Where is the A? Here it is. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I guess that is a chow, but... So this is my second pretty little gem to work on. And I've got 3 sets. Compared to Mini Dazzles by Diamond Art Club, I much prefer the Mini Dazzles. So as far as the Forever Young mini gems, these are better than those. I think pretty much everything's better than those. But these just don't line up very well. And as you can see, I keep pushing these over and they keep sliding back, and it's like, stop it. But I'm kind of giving up, you know. I'm kind of like, you know, whatever. I'm not going to display these or anything. So, yeah. I don't know. How many of you have done the Pretty Little Gems? I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll continue saying it. They are paint gem minis to me. The same quality, the same drills, the same everything, in my opinion. And I liked paint gem minis, but then when Diamond Art Club came out with theirs, I liked theirs better. So yeah. I am ready to put on my gown. Oh, my back. You know, and I think I need to get my eyes checked, but I really think that diamond painting is really messing with my eyes. And I think that I'm nearsighted, which means without my glasses on, I can see up close. However, that is changing. I'm noticing that everything's starting to cross over together. You know, I don't know. I guess it's eye fatigue. I don't know, but it's not good. And, oh gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Didn't mean to hit you like that. Quite frankly, I'm tired of looking for these drills. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not pleased. And that's okay. That is okay. Because I know a lot of people love them. I know a lot of people do. And you know, that's wonderful. Definitely not trying to diss them or anything. Just telling you what I prefer. And if you were wanting to try squares, you know, these small ones are a great place to start. But if you're really concerned about being super straight, I don't know, this might drive you crazy. Okay, 781. 781 goes right there. Okay, what am I looking for now? I'm looking for the diamond. Batman, where did that come from? All right, let's see. We've got the heart. We'll go ahead and... Do I have hearts? No, ma'am, you do not. But you do have the planet. Oh, this is definitely one of those kits that you can't, I mean, I don't know, let me see. I think, yeah, when we're from the camera view, you can see great. From my view right here, it's just a big old mess. You can't tell what it is. So, yeah. So that's one of the things that drives me crazy. But I think I'm going to start wearing readers again. I got to find some around here. I used to have, because I used to wear contacts. And I haven't worn contacts in, gosh, 10, 15 years. Somewhere in there. So, yep. But I'm wondering if they'll help. I don't want to get those magnifying glasses things. There's another planetary. I need to catch up on my temperature chart. I am about 7 days behind, which isn't too bad. It doesn't take very long to get caught up on those. It really doesn't. 934 right here. But for St. Patrick's Day, I went and bought me some glitter drills. Can you see those? These are from Muni Made. So yeah, I'm going to share some with Anne. We go to the library this Friday. So I'm going to share some with her. Here we go. Ready to be done here. Oh gosh. I was going to tell you something and I forgot. Oh, I know. I wanted to ask you something. That's what it was. I wanted to ask you something. So on our way, we're going to Arizona, right? But we're also going to go over to Vegas and go to the Sphere. We want to see the Wizard of Oz. And so, but I also want to, spend a couple of days in Sedona and checking out all the things that's there. And, we've never, there's a lot. Usually Arizona is a place we pass through. We don't usually stop and, spend any good amount of time there. So I want that to change this time, and I want to see a little bit. Where do y'all recommend staying in or around Sedona that won't break the bank? Now, I know we can go to Flagstaff because it's right there, and I don't have a problem doing that. We've stayed at Flagstaff a couple of times now. So I'd kind of like to stay in Sedona, not, or at least very close by Sedona. Do you have a place that you know of that, doesn't require you to give up a kidney or something? Because some of those places are crazy expensive. I know why. I do get it. But, just don't feel like spending, $3,000-$4,000 for a 2-night stay. Just don't want to do that. I'm sure you can understand. Let's see, 3371 is going to go right there. All right. Where's the G's? The J's. There it is. So if you know of a place, or even a bread and breakfast, or a vacation, was it VRBO or whatever? Let me know. Or a hotel, or it's just the two of us, so we don't need anything ginormous and fancy. Don't care for a resort. We're not resort people. We're not gonna use any of the resort stuff. I thought I saw where there was a Holiday Inn Vacation Club there, and I've got tons of Holiday Inn points. I've got a few Hilton points, but usually when we travel, I try to pick a brand and stick with it so we can build up rewards. So we've already got one free night, and then I can absolutely get more free nights. I know when we went to Branson, we stayed at we've been to Branson twice, and both times we stayed at the Vacation Club. And it was awesome because it had a whatchamacallit, a washer and dryer. Jeez. Washer and dryer in the room. And so that was great. We spent a couple of days there. I got caught up on our laundry, and, so that'll be about the time where I'd like to catch up on some laundry. So still not sure yet on what type of clothing to pack. Definitely will be taking a light jacket regardless, because I don't think we're going to need, I don't think it's going to be, it's not summer, so it won't be extremely hot, but definitely take some jeans. Oh. Yeah, definitely take some jeans and some tennis shoes. Although I don't have traditional tennis shoes. I have Skechers, and I have Hey Dudes, which I like. I could have sworn I saw an L over here earlier. There it is. I'm getting closer, y'all. See, I have no idea what he's doing, but I think that's his chef's hat. So I'm guessing he's cooking something. I do not know. But yeah, and if there's anything, like if you know of any places to eat, we're always, I'm always trying to find a good place to eat that's, not a chain, but, is local to the area. I don't want something that I can't get here. And that's the problem, is we have everything here, it seems like. But, Mexican food will not be good. Well, for us, we're used to the Tex-Mex, and I make no apologies for that. It is the best, in my opinion. Y'all, I hate having to sit here and dig through these dang colors. Here's some J's. Let me go ahead and get those out. I don't think I'll be doing any more of these, to be real honest with you. I don't think so. But, I might do a giveaway for some that I have that are unopened on my channel. I don't know. My subscriber count has not moved much. I'd like to do a giveaway on that, but it's kind of stuck. But I would like to do a subscriber giveaway. Okay, I need K. K, y'all. K. Do you see K? Do you see K? What is that? Oh, that's X. Okay, that's this one. Let me go and get 2 of these out. Oy. Okay, 704 is where that goes. Oy, 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 oy. I need a K. I need it upside down. What was that, triangle? Here's K. Jeez Louise. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting a little flustered. A little flustered. So we finished watching 48 Hours on Netflix. So now Max has said that there's some 2020s on Hulu. So we're going to watch some of those, I guess, starting tonight after I call my dad, check on him, make sure he's okay. 931. Okay. No, that doesn't go there, Leanne. Yeah, that doesn't go there. Okay. Is that an R or an H, y'all? I think that's an R. I think it's an R. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yep, and there's R. So take the R out. Alrighty. Yes, I see that one there, and I'll get it. No big deal. Okay. 3 of these. 2 of these. Then singles. 1, 2, 3, cuatro. No cinco, seis. Okay. Or so let's go with these. These are singles. We are almost done. Almost done. Can you believe it? Yeah, so I really enjoyed The Witch's Black Cat. I did not do a finish and review on that. I was going to say check it out, but I didn't do one. And I've already put it away. So, yeah, I've already put it away. So that's not going to happen. I mean, I could get it down. I know exactly where it is. It's not like it's off in Never Neverland. Oh, I will tell you something that was very interesting to me. So the other day, yesterday actually, my sister called me and I answered the phone, but then, you know, it had hung up. So I thought, okay, well, you know, she accidentally called me and she didn't mean to. And so then I sent her a text. Or no, she sent me a text and said, I was just checking on you or whatever, you know. And I was like, okay, well, I answered the phone, but I guess, you know, you hung up before or whatever. And so she calls me back. And I'm like, answer the phone. And it ends. So I'm like, okay, something's not right. So I try calling her back. And every time I try calling her back, it's call failed. Well, then she calls me again. And then she was like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing. Instead of going to your voicemail, a recording came on and said, hi, this is such and such dentist. I'm calling for Michael to remind him of his appointment. How does that happen, y'all? How does that happen? So I ended up, you know, restarting my phone, resetting it and everything, restarted it, and we were able to talk. But it was like, so that message from Michael, where is it? Is it an old message? Is it a new message? Has it been just floating around out in a cloud? I mean, did Michael get his message? Did he miss his doctor? I mean, how does that happen? How does that even happen? I mean, technology is, I don't pretend to know it, but I'm like, is it just like lost out there in nowhere land? Okay. This is the end of this kit. It does look much better in the camera than it does in person. I can tell you that. I still think, yes, it's a chow. There's no doubt about it because it's dogs, so it's got to be a chow. But I still think it looks like a teddy bear. But then again, in all fairness, chows do look like teddy bears. So anyway, y'all, all right, I'm going to call it quits on this and for this whip and chat. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. If you're not subscribed, I really hope you would do so. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. And if you give the video a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And again, if you have any ideas for Sedona or you know why Michael's dentist appointment recording was lost out there, let me know. I'm actually kind of anxious to hear some crazy stories. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.